a seat at the table with some men with confidence.
But today we have a couple of topics for you. First one might be a little bit out there. What's up with Yeezy, y'all? What is up with your boy Ye?
Ooh, is that really? Nothing's more out there than he is. So I just wanted to lead with that, since you said this woman's a little out there. The brother is going like way off the reserve at this point.
So just quick round table. You pro Ye or not Ye?
Not yay.
I'm pro Ye music.
and even that's a certain time frame, like the beginning type of frame. But nah, I ain't. Nah. I'm not pro or anti. I try not to think about it.
My Kanye died with the teddy bear, man.
Yes. Yeah, I'm with you. Tone. That's
My
the
Kanye died
era
with a
I
teddy
was talking
bear.
about, the dropout. Yeah,
When he was in school, trying to get out of school, trying to get through school, and then he graduated. That was me.
Music era.
When he dropped out of college, when he was late in the registration, and when he graduated. That's my Kanye.
That's your Kanye. I'm with you. Still with you.
I'm kind of iffy on the Heartbreak, 808 and Heartbreak, and
that was my favorite one.
Yeah,
but honestly,
it grew on me.
I was never a huge fan, even Teddy Bear. I just wasn't like, he all right, but I don't know.
Teddy Bear backpack. He was in his seat. He had his mentors Talib Kweli and Freeway and them. Yeah, I like that.
Back when he was making conscious rap. Back when he was on Dave Chappelle's show, Good old days.
If I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. I haven't really listened to a whole lot of his music, but from some of what I've heard, I liked. Like when he did Jesus Walks, at first I had a problem with it because I thought it was just a different song, different from what I've ever heard before. But then I started listening to what he was saying, and I was like, huh, okay, I kind of get that. And it slaps. But there was another song that he made more recently when he was doing this Donda thing, which I'm not fully familiar with because I'm very selective on what music I listen to. And the only reason I listened to this was because I saw a short video of him on TikTok introducing this thing that he was doing. And I didn't care about the product that he was trying to push. The song sounded really good. I was like, whoa, what is that? That's him? And so I went back and I found the song on YouTube, and I ended up putting it on repeat and listening to it like almost the whole night. That's how good the song was to me. Just his rhyme flow and the picture that he was painting. I'm like, wow, this is great. But outside of that, I'm not really a fan of Kanye West himself. I understand entertainers do certain things to but stay famous. You guys can't see my finger quotes, but they do certain things to stay famous. I'm not a fan of that, but the man's music is on point, and I think everybody would agree with that.
Man,
I'm not sure everyone would agree with it.
Yeah, everybody might not, but I'm going wholeheartedly agree with what he just said on the rep. That's my whenever I think of it, I'm all on relevancy right there. Without even like at this point, I don't even delve into like what did he actually say, whatever. But what I am amazed at is his ability to stay relevant. And I think it's just that kind of thing. I think it's a crazy, like a Fox mentality. We still saying Ye's name. And I can't recall something I liked since graduation. Like you say, Tom, you know what I'm saying? As far as music wise, right? But yet we still talking about the dude. Yet he don't stay out of the media from, you know, for XYZ a certain time from that standpoint yet. And it's like, you know, so there's a part of me that's kind of like, yeah, crazy, insane, what's going on with him, relevant, crazy like a fox, still making his money, still got the media talking. I mean, that's the part of it that I get to take on, because I don't even know what this latest thing was even about, but I know people still talking. I know he won't come out of the media. I know that the media and the paparazzi that chase him around always still do it with a thing. And if I was a paparazzi, I'm following because it's like he gonna give me something one of these times. Like, it's coming. It may not have been the day, it wasn't yesterday, but before this month over, he gonna give me something I can get with.
There is cause to say that he is eccentric in a bad way, but my more concern about him is his mental health. I mean, despite his antics in the media, and at the same time, I know the media, the paparazzi, they kind of egg him on and they do things to annoy him, like showing up at the man's house at 4 a.m. and is taking pictures of him and video. What's up, Kanye? That would annoy me. I'm like, are you serious? Are we really doing this right now? But if you're doing that to a person who's mentally ill, someone who's dealing with issues and stability, if that is the case with him, I'm not, if that's the case with him, then that's a problem. That's a problem. And the media really needs to draw a line, which often they do not. They just come for you.
Okay. So I listened to everybody speak their piece, and as the person who quickly stated that I was not Ye, I'm gonna say this. I understand that bro man may have some, mental health issues, and I don't mean to make light of that with what I'm saying, but there's ways, especially with the resources and things that he has available to him, getting help shouldn't be a problem if he wants to, right?
Agreed.
And I stress the if he wants to part. I stress the if he wants to part because some of that stuff about him being eccentric and him being in the media and him always having people talk about him, I don't know if I agree with that statement of crazy like a fox. I think a lot of it is more he's kind of a jerk. And honestly,
maybe there's no fox.
What's that?
Maybe there's no fox. Maybe it's crazy.
Y'all say I'm giving him too much credit for the fox.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Honestly, look, I said I wasn't a fan. Jesus Waltz was cool. There was a couple cool songs on that first album, couple cool ones on the second album, maybe, but they run together. I don't even know the difference between the two. I just wasn't hugely impressed. But I do know that he has shown to me signs of having an overinflated ego, overinflated self-esteem when he started comparing himself to like Michael Jackson and this type of, like, dude, you're good, but I don't know that you're necessarily on that level. But that's just personal opinion, right?
Right.
The thing about the media egging him on, yeah, the media goes overboard, and that's a separate topic. That's a separate talking point, I think. As an entertainer, as a person who strives to be in that industry, you got to know that those things are going to happen. And
right, but it's not like he's some kind of evil villain out there trying to go out there and create chaos because he wants to destabilize the world and then take it over.
Maybe not that far, but I did lead with.
I was actually going to agree with like 90% of your statement, Ronald, until you said to take over. I don't think he wants to take over the world, but he does want to create chaos and destabilize.
I led with the thought that I think he's a jerk. So I do think that he's actually trying to antagonize and get under people's skin because he's not a nice person. That's, again, personal opinion. So I'm throwing that out there. So the reason we're talking about him, or the reason he's currently in the media cycle right now, is because he made some inflammatory anti-Semitic comments, and that has ruffled feathers with a lot of different people. And this time he has cost himself a lot of money. You know, he went from being billionaire status to no longer being billionaire status. There were people who questioned whether or not he was doing this because he was trying to get out of this deal or that deal. If that was his intent, he failed miserably at it, because whatever deal he was trying to get out of, you might have gotten out of that one, but you've gotten out of a whole lot more as well. Music, I believe it's possible for somebody to be a musical genius and a complete, like, brain dead idiot at the same time. The two can hold space, and I feel like this is an example. Personally, I would like for somebody who was within his stratosphere to pull him aside privately and have a knee-to-knee, face-to-face conversation with him and get him somewhere, again, off-grid, off-camera, wherever his compound in Wyoming or whatever that resort was that he has, and get some help. And like, not just for the comments that he's made and, you know, the mental issue, but just like really disappear for an extended period of time and take care of himself, whatever that means. But yeah.
So let me jump in, because this is one of the things that's ironic to me, is that Kanye made some anti-Semitic comments. And a lot of it was basically saying that if you talk bad about a certain distinction, they can cancel you. Guess what's happening?
Exactly.
So it's like this crazy, egotistical, semi-music genius might be slightly correct. And I think that's one of the things that's weird to me, is that he's actually showing that there's a certain sect, or there's a certain racial ethnicity that you can't talk about. Like,
is it racial ethnicity?
Is it racial? Is it what is it? Is it
religious?
Religious? Because it's kind of a race and a religion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just
okay. So I'm gonna cross. We are politely and respectfully, slowly speaking about Jewish people. Please don't take us away. Okay, so that's the one time I'm gonna say y'all. They will hereforth be known to as hereforth, and now going forward be known as them.
Oh my goodness.
Or they.
Oh boy.
And we will respect their pronouns. Okay, so
oh boy.
So Kanye made some comments about them, saying that they have the ability to, basically cancel anybody. and he got canceled. He's losing money deals left and right.
Wow.
And it's like, Kanye, you shouldn't have said that. But Kanye, you may have proved yourself right. And it hurts that it's Kanye that's saying it. You know, like it's like hearing an "I told you so" from somebody you don't like. Like, I told you should have cleaned up your room. Yes, Mom, I know you told me I should have cleaned up my room. And it's things, but I think Kanye's in a bad way, because Kanye has been, exercised from the Black community for a long time. I think, like me and Sean said, like he graduated and that was about it, from a lot of real hip hop heads,
Yeah.
I'll even get down with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but that was like 12 years ago.
But
I was gonna say, I don't know if he's ever been distanced as much as you think. Because
oh man,
when did it happen? Because as
Kim.
a person who,
I don't know, man.
I think he lost Black women when he went with Kim.
Yeah, maybe women.
That's most of us.
Yeah.
That's over 50% right now.
That's over 50%.
Like it's only men and women. Now, unless you know something, well, it's 20.
that we're not doing
Hey,
that. We're not doing that.
We got cats and stuff now.
There you go.
So-
Oh my gosh,
like
you
that.
had
That's
to go
what we
back
do.
there.
People are
had to go
cats
back.
now.
You had to go back to the cats.
Oh Lord.
People are cats now. So you gotta respect.
Hey.
You gotta respect everything in species that we all are.
Whatever it is. I'm with you.
But go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, okay, so I knew the Kim thing was a big deal with Black women for sure, and not discounting that either. Just I still felt like he had enough support to where he could, what's the word? Not survive. I guess survive that. So I don't know.
Because I don't think he lost 50%. I think it's like 25, because there's a lot of Black women that love them some doggone Kardashians and whatnot. Like they
That is true.
They count them as part way. Like if they've been remember the what is it? If you could have a draft, if you could have the racial draft, I got a feeling the Kardashians would have been in it. Or maybe not all of them, but I don't know. Yeah, probably because of Kanye, Kim probably would have been in.
probably because of Ray J. Just saying.
But still,
look,
so
that's
he lost that much ground.
Maybe even because of OJ, but we'll leave that one alone too.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're not touching that.
Okay, was not going there.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with y'all too when it comes down to like, just because because we're talking about him might having some problems and things like that, and I don't know how much of it might have been, if Ye ever self-admitted or anything like that, to having anything or whatever. I know that multiple times, some folks have thought that. I know I've got folks in my circle that think that when he lost his moms and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, that that kind of played an impact on his mental health and things like that. But regardless, I will say that I won't say, especially in this particular situation, that just because you might be facing whatever you're facing, even if it's just relevant, crazy like a fox, doesn't mean it can't be right. I will say that part. I gotta agree with that from that standpoint, and can't be, definitely, like you said, Tony, proven right when it comes down to that. Didn't waste no time about it apparently either. Didn't even bother to, I guess, think about the fact that sometimes, and I think about that sometimes, like sometimes shouldn't you have thought maybe we shouldn't because he said that we would. Like, if I'm accused of being a womanizer, maybe I shouldn't spend a lot of time, behind closed doors with women in my office or something. I'm just saying. If I've been accused of solicitation, maybe you shouldn't be able to catch me on Hunt's Point, you know what I'm saying, on camera.
Oh boy.
And have me then turn around and say, I ain't doing that. I
So-
ain't doing that.
So
But you've been accused of it.
So to jump to another Kanye topic, sideways, what do y'all think about the White Lives Matter shirt?
Don't care.
I don't care either because white lives do matter. But I think people may have missed the point of why he was doing it. And whether they missed it or not, I think he also failed to.
What was the point?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What was the point?
Where was that? What was that supposed to imply? What was the point?
That's my question. Okay, you made a point. What is it?
Yeah,
Why? What are we doing here?
because inherently, my first thought process would be to dislike that, just because of the fact that I feel like when the Black Lives Matter thing first of all came up, I feel like that was one of the things that wanted to be the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like the counterpoint wanted to be that, Black Lives Matter shirts, and I feel like matter of fact, I know for a fact, I'm sure that there are, sectors of the population that would have absolutely worn it if they could have, or they felt like they could have gotten away with it from that standpoint. It would have worn that. Instead of that campaign, they went into an All Lives Matter campaign, which is, again, all of these things are actually true, like we're saying. Necessarily, the Black Lives Matter whole thing wasn't saying that no lives don't. It was a point to it, but when it comes down to White Lives Matter, it's like, you gotta have a point, like you said, Terrence, or you better have an explanation, like you say, right? Too, from that standpoint, the fact that we don't have one would make me go, yeah, that might have been in poor taste then.
It was a publicity stunt, but go ahead.
No,
right, but you can't just stop at the White Lives Matter t-shirt. You gotta go back and think about all the things that he was doing with the MAGA thing and his little episode on Saturday Night Live when people were like, what are you doing? I mean, he just raises so many questions.
But that's what I mean about the
eccentric, crazy, evil. I don't know. It's just why? Why? What?
But and I'm not trying to cut you off, but that's what I mean about the relevancy thing. And in a way, see, y'all telling me that. See, I forgot that like you said, that he had endorsements and sponsors. Y'all saying he was losing money, and I think I did see something like a little mini article on the fact that he was losing money after these comments and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter was, he still had money. Like, so that means after all of that, Rhino, after all of what we're talking about, he still had endorsements. He still had people following him and people behind him to be able to make that money.
Okay, so just to clarify your money argument here, everybody was cool when he was making, when he was wearing MAGA hats and White Lives Matter and all this other stuff. But now he makes anti-Semitic comments and his billionaire status is no more.
Dropped.
Because he's lost his bread and butter in a sense. The clothing line that was at like Old Navy or whatever, Adidas has dropped him. People have dropped him from their sports as their sports management. He's losing stuff because of these comments. So all of the other stuff that Ronald brought up beforehand did not cost him anything. But this most recent episode is why now there's this not an uproar, but why he's losing out. So that's why I can't lean to this argument of crazy like a fox, media mogul, or not media mogul, but keeping himself relevant, because this last instance has done the exact opposite. It has made him relevant, but it's made him relevant in the sense of watching the demise and downfall of a former billionaire.
He thought he could talk about them without consequence. He thought that he was big enough. He thought that he was uncancelable. He thought that he was impervious to the point where he could make comments, start a discussion without a penalty. No, sir. No, sir. Who run the world?
Also,
Them.
Maybe, like I said, maybe he thought they wasn't going to publicize it too. Like he thought, as I called you out, I might
Like-
do it in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye talked about white people, black people, men, women, children, shoes, clothing, records, artists, living and dead. But talk about them, money just start dropping.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
Their
unfortunate.
lives matter.
that part is bad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
Their lives matter.
All right. We might better move on.
Yeah, because I'm scared right now. I'm literally afraid. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Well, check my account. There ain't gonna be nothing in there. But I'm already broke. But I might be broker tomorrow.
he might be negative $1 billion.
Like Tony is no longer a 20 heir.
100 air.
You said a 20 air.
A 20 heir.
A 20 air.
Because that's all you can get out of the tellers is 20s. You can't get no 10s or 5s anymore. Like
Right.
it ain't 1993 anymore.
Right.
Your 20s. But on that note, let's put Ye to bed.